Attention, ladies and gentlemen, Gungans and droids. This is your Grand Admiral Arnold, director of the video gaming division here at the Galactic Empire. And today, ladies and gentlemen, as you're funneling in, we're going to be talking about a farming guide more in tune with our Hyperdrive Bundle players. We've been doing extensive covering of a new free-to-play account and a new Hyperdrive Bundle account. And by far, the biggest question I've been getting lately is, yo, Arnold, my Grand Admiral, what should I do after I get the Hyperdrive Bundle? Now, I've made farming guides more for people who are free-to-play. Currently, we're experimenting with the Separatists, as we see over here. As we see on my free-to-play account, we're experimenting with the Separatists. I have a video coming out this week showing this team in action. It is so much fun at the beginning game. But basically, as a new player, if you're starting up new, really the things to be shooting for are either the Separatists or the safest choice that has been kind of tested throughout all of history is like going after the Phoenix. We have links up in the top right-hand corner. Really, the beginning for free-to-play isn't too much different, but for people doing the whole Hyperdrive Bundle shenanigans, the farming is a bit different because you get a lot of those teams that free-to-play people have to kind of farm the slow and old-fashioned. So we're going to kind of give you some tips as well as some farming things to keep in mind when you're getting into Galaxy Heroes, jumping into that Hyperdrive Bundle. Now, what's the very first thing you should be doing if you have a Hyperdrive Bundle account? It's not to worry about farming characters right away. It's getting into a great guild. And the reason why I'm saying that is kind of as if it is a farming piece of advice, because you need to get into a great guild that can quickly try to get you Han Solo shards, General Grievous' AAT raid gives out the General Kenobi shards, and of course Darth Trey. And I'm gonna leave a few links down below. There's things like my Discord server where there's people always looking for guilds out there, and there's a couple of other resources floating out there. If you're having a hard time finding a guild, there's plenty of resources where there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of guilds looking for recruitment. Find a guild out there that has room and that is decent, that is constantly producing daily raid tickets, so you get as many raids in as possible. Either get into a heroic guild or at the minimum try to find a guild that is close to your power and is willing to grow along with you. We're still not going to talk about the characters to farm yet, because one thing that's different between a Hyperdrive Bundle player and a new player that's not going to be spending money on the Hyperdrive Bundle is going to be mods. I don't care that you bought the Hyperdrive Bundle. I do not care if you're going to whale an extra $40,000 in this game. That's a realistic number. Let's put it out there. If you're not farming mods, every dollar you are spending on those characters is not going to be as valuable. Characters, everyone gets the characters one way or another. Everyone gets the key Zetas one way or another. But the things that really separate the good characters from the bad characters is mods, and most importantly, speed. Speed, for the most part, determines everything about the game. He who shall go first shall win first. Somebody said that. Farm a bunch of speed mods as fast as possible. Speed set mods, I've already made a mod video. I'll talk about how to slice mods, all that stuff, card in the top right-hand corner. That will be probably updated sometime soon. But for the most part, the advice stands there. About 50% of your mod inventory should be speed set mods. And then, of course, the other important mods are things like offense, crit chance, and crit damage. The other mods are great for certain characters, but for the most part, crit damage, crit chance, offense, and speed, those are the mods that are really the most important in the game. All right, and now we're finally getting into the characters to be farming after you get into a good guild, you farm your mods, and you got the Hyperdrive Bundle. And a lot of people are going after Jedi Knight Revan Day 1. Yes, I have a video as well. If you haven't seen, you can get Jedi Knight Revan Day 1 if you spend about $400 in total. I'm going to assume that you guys are not going to spend the money to get Jedi Knight Revan. However, you can see that there's a lot of people in Hyperdrive Bundle servers that get Darth Revan or Jedi Revan Day 1 of playing Galaxy of Heroes. But assuming that you're just spending the $100 and you're like, I'm not going to spend any more, what should you be farming after you get the Hyperdrive Bundle? The very first thing you should be chasing after, which is going to greatly differ from a free-to-play new player, is the Old Republic. Free-to-play players that are starting new, they're either going to go after Phoenix or go after the Separatists, like I am with my experimental journey right now. For those of you who are going to go down the route of the Hyperdrive Bundle, you already have Bastila Shan at 5 stars. That's a great step in the right direction because she is generally a difficult farm to acquire. So the first thing, in my opinion, that you should be doing, since you already got a big foot in the right direction, is going ahead, farm your Bastila Shan, farm your Jolie Bindo, and Jolie Bindo, T3M4, Zalbar, and Mission. Luckily, Mission and T3M4 are not too difficult of a grind to accomplish. Really, the three farms that are going to be a bit more difficult is Bastila Shan, Jolie, and Zalbar. And the great news is you really don't need to gear up these characters in order to get Jedi Knight Revan. Really, you just got to get Bastila Shan and Jolie Bindo to about gear 11. No Zetas needed for these guys, and you should be able to unlock Jedi Knight Revan. So this should be your first immediate farm. Get your Old Republic. 7-star this guy right away, because I think, in my opinion, Jedi Knight Revan is the best first legendary-based character for Hyperdrive Bundle people to go for, because one, you don't really need a lot of Zetas to make the team very good at the very beginning. Like, there's people of Darth Revan. The problem with Darth Revan is without Malik, he's not really all that great, and you need a lot of Zetas on Revan, Malik, HK47 to really make this team tick. Realistically, with Jedi Knight Revan, you don't even really need Zetas, and it's going to work right away very well. Plus, another reason why I'm putting this out there is because you're able to unlock Grandmaster Yoda with all the Jedi through the Hyperdrive Bundle. So just like how Darth Revan needs Malik, Jedi Knight Revan needs Yoda, and the great thing is you're going to get Yoda right away, and this guy hits like a truck, even at 5 stars gear 11. So this should be the very first farm you're going after, and then I'm going to kind of give you the successive farms real quick in terms of what you should be chasing after. But real quick, I have to put this out there. On top of those Old Republic farms, if you can make it work, you're going to want to also be farming Bossk. You get a lot of bounty hunters, but you do not get Bossk inside of the Hyperdrive Bundle. So make sure you flag that character. If you have spare energy, try to farm Bossk on the side, and most importantly, try to farm the Hound's Tooth on the side, because this is going to be incredibly important, especially when we talk a little bit more about ships. All right, so after the Jedi Knight Revan farm, the next thing is just to start working on the Sith Empire farm for Darth Revan, which includes Canderous Ordo, HK47, Juhani, Karth, as well as Bastila, Shan, Fallen. Again, a very long farm. HK47 arguably should be the first squad arena character you're going to be farming if you have the Hyperdrive Bundle, because he's going to help you eventually get Darth Revan. So he's the easiest of the farm, but the rest are going to take some time to accomplish, and these guys should not be touched until after your Jedi Knight Revan characters are secured at 7 stars. And then eventually, at some point, you're going to be able to get the Sith Empire, and the goal is basically, if you're not getting at this point, if you're getting the Hyperdrive Bundle, you want to get both Revans as fast as possible, Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan, and then eventually you're going to want to gear them up a little bit. Plenty of Darth Malik vids out there. That is a big hurdle to overcome, but then Darth Malik is going to be the logical extension to go to. After you get both Revans, you're going to get your Darth Malik. So Old Republic, if you're in the Hyperdrive Bundle, it sets you up really easily to quickly go straight after Darth Revan, Jedi Revan, as well as Darth Malik, because one, they basically give you all the battles simmable day one, which for a free-to-play player, it's going to take a long time to get to that location, then be able to even 3-star that location. So that's why the Hyperdrive Bundle has a huge upper hand compared to the average player. But what do you do after Old Republic? This farm should take you quite a while if you're doing it free-to-play after you buy the Hyperdrive Bundle, but afterwards, what you're going to want to do is slowly build towards the Clone Wars content, and really the most logical place to start up is going after Separatists, because the Separatists unlock Padme, and you're going to need a lot of those Separatists yet again to go ahead and get General Anakin Skywalker. And these 5 right here are going to be needed for General Anakin Skywalker. But of course, there's a lot of free-to-play ways to quickly get Padme. You don't need to farm these characters up here right away, because you can do things like Count Dooku, Geonosis and Soldier, Newt Gunray. The great thing is you can get a lot of these characters so easily to get Padme, Newt Gunray, Poggle Lester, and then of course Magna Guard Asajj. You can use that just to get Padme. Getting Padme is easier than ever before. Just have Newt Gunray, and he basically makes the event so incredibly easy with all of his extortion mechanics going on. And then eventually, you're going to get Padme with whatever you do here. There's a lot of free-to-play opportunities to get Padme as quickly as possible with the Separatists right now. And then, of course, you're going to want to start working on the Galactic Republic. And really, this step is going to be a lot, because just besides farming things like Shaak Ti, which is going to take a while because you got to get to the fleet battles, and of course, building up the Galactic Republic is primarily geared towards getting General Anakin Skywalker, and that event is going to require a lot of gear 12s, a lot of Zetas to make happen between Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka Tano, and of course Padme Amidala herself. It's going to take a while. Again, there's guides out there talking about how to get General Anakin Skywalker, but again, after you finish the Separatist farms, the Old Republic farms, you can start farming things like Jedi Knight Anakin, because you're going to need his ship. That's firstly. So make sure you farm his ship alongside this whole Galactic Republic farm. And the reason why you want to get into a heroic guild as early as possible is because you're going to need General Company, which is why I said that so early, because by the time you're getting all these other legendaries that we've been talking about, hopefully by the time you're ready to start chasing after things like General Anakin Skywalker, You'll have General Kenobi in the bag. You'll have C-3PO in the bag. It's a very difficult farm. It's gonna General Anakin Skywalker is gonna be a bit further out there, but you can still build your way towards it. Now you're gonna need C-3PO for Padme Amidala at some point. There's not a huge pressing need to make the first farm your Ewoks, but eventually you're gonna have to spend some time going after the Ewoks. The ideal Ewoks to farm are gonna be things like Ewok Elder, low grade. You got your boy Pablo Escobar, very accessible in the Cantina, very low energy requirement, which is fantastic. It's gonna be easier to farm him. And then Wicket, he's gonna be your hard farm. And then Chief Chirpa, which is a character also in the Cantina store. And just to keep in mind, it's very difficult to beat the whole C-3PO event without the Zeta on Chief Chirpa. Again, there's videos out there showing how to go about the legendary event, but basically after your Old Republic farm and you're working on your Septus, which a lot of them are so easy to get without having to go into other places, your Ewoks, you can start farming alongside all that. And because you don't really need the guild store tokens for anything else when you're farming the Old Republic, you can start farming things like Ewok Elder and low grade at the very beginning of your Hyperdrive Bundle journey. And then eventually, once you get free of some Cantina energy, you can chase after things like Poplu, Chief Chirpa, and when you have hard node energy, the spare, your normal energy, start chasing after things like Wicket. And then once you're finally done farming the Galactic Republic, the Jedi Knight Anakin ship, you'll finally get General Anakin Skywalker, and that's logically the best route to go. Old Republic, Jedi Revan, Darth Revan, Darth Malik, working on the Ewoks and the Separatists to go get yourself Padme and C-3PO, and then it all comes together. We talked briefly about ships. The one thing that the Hyperdrive Bundle will not get you is completing all the ship battles for you. You got to do that manually, and this is very annoying battles. They're very difficult battles, and things like Shock T are blocked behind it. So in regards to ships, the ships you should farm right away, definitely Houndstooth. They already give you Slave One, they give you IG 2005, and they give you Xanadu Blood. The thing you're going to want to start doing then is getting the Houndstooth. Just bookmark it, farm it, because eventually you'll be able to get the 5 stars and then get Han's Millennium Falcon. And luckily, because they give you plenty of bounty hunters, you can do the Chewbacca mission. You just need that 5 stars, and hopefully by that point, when you beat the Chewbacca mission and you have your bounty hunter ships at 5 stars, you've been in a good guild that's been getting you Han Solo shards, because you need Han Solo and Chewbacca to even pilot the Millennium Falcon. And then once you finally get that Millennium Falcon fleet, you're going to want to quickly transition into a full Rebel lineup, because after Negotiator and Malevolence, the Rebellion fleet is the next best thing. But the problem is the Rebel fleet is not really good at all until you get the Millennium Falcon in place. And once you have Millennium Falcon, you got yourself the Ghost, you got yourself the Phantom, you got yourself Wedge and Biggs. You really got all these great Rebel ships to make your Home One fleet very, very, very solid. Now, one more point I really want to share in regards to ships. I understand ships, I think for the most part, is not everybody's favorite concept, but because you have the Hyperdrive Bundle, you have a great opportunity to take the most advantage out of Fleet Arena. Climb as high as you possibly can with what you're getting through the Hyperdrive Bundle, because you're going to get so many precious resources of fleet material tokens. So that's kind of the main things to be shooting for. It's a lot to throw at you, but it's all kind of logically placed. It's all allowing you to skip over things like Phoenix, Palpatine, Thrawn, R32, Commander Luke, Jedi Training Grade BB-8, and it allows you to go after the more dominant content in the game. So hopefully this video today, ladies and gentlemen, was helpful in terms of getting you guys up and running with what you should be doing once you get the Hyperdrive Bundle account. That's basically the blueprint on what you should be doing. But if you're finding yourself having spare currency for a lot of shipments out there, start farming some other stuff that you might want to be going for. You're done with Pago the Lesser inside of the Galactic War, start farming your Zeb. Yeah, you won't really need Phoenix for much in Galaxy of Heroes, but you can take that Zeb and eventually try to get your 7-star Palpatine, your 7-star Thrawn, things that kind of allow you to passively do stuff. The number one tip I have for each and every one of you guys, whether you're free to play or Hyperdrive Bundle play, is make sure you're always farming something in every area of the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like if you did enjoy the video, comment down below and all your thoughts, and be sure to subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And I'll see all you lovely people in the next video. Peace out, everybody.